recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivia Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivia Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivia Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan, and I am here on a Sunday morning recording. We don't get these very often, so I think the energy is going to be different. And I'm here with Zahkia Mendoza today. Hello, Zahkia.
Hey, Jonathan. The energy will indeed be different.
Well, bonfire lady herself, Zahkia Mendoza. So, yeah, I think there's silliness to be had here. Nick Groves is with us today. Hey, Nick.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. And we have 2 awesome guests. I already know it's going to be a good show, and we haven't even done it yet. Liz Thaler is with us today. Hey, Liz.
Good morning.
Good morning. I love how you adjusted the microphone that doesn't work. You literally just pulled the microphone up to your mouth, and that's not the microphone that's recording.
I believe in second chances. I wanted to give the microphone one more chance.
And Alex Misner is with us today. Hello, Alex.
Good morning, Jonathan.
Welcome, sir. All right, we're going to have a great time. I want to get to know each of you a little bit better. Liz, we'll start with you. Tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I'm from New York, and I'm here right now in Brooklyn. I just 2 days ago started a new job. I'm an admin assistant at a seriously badass nonprofit that fights homelessness across America.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, they're very, very cool. Something fun about me is I am working on my first novel.
Ooh, what kind of novel are we writing?
Fantasy adventure, but of course.
Fun. Is there a plot twist in this novel? Are we going to have what kind of stuff can somebody expect from your
It kind
writing?
of starts with a plot twist.
Ooh, I like that.
I like
It's
the
kind
sound
of a fantasy adventure murder mystery.
Okay,
Ooh.
that sounds even better. I do love a good murder mystery. I'm going to say the barbarian did it with the candlestick in the study.
Yes, fair.
Damn it,
That is-
Jonathan.
Damn it.
Have you read Cain's Jawbone, Liz?
I've not.
You have not. Okay. For everybody out there in the Trivial Warfare Army, this is a request from me specifically. If anybody is looking to do the Cain's Jawbone thing, I am looking for partners. So somebody hit me up and let me know if you're interested in doing it.
Is this the real life mystery thing that's going to take your next 5 years to figure out?
No. This is a book. It's 100 pages long. It's 100 half pages. It was a murder mystery written by somebody called Torquemada in 100 years ago, give or take. And only 3 people have ever solved it. The twist on the book is that it's 100 half pages and they are in the wrong order. So you have to put the pages in the right order and then identify who the killers are, who the victims are, and send that into the New York Times or something. And then they'll pay you $1,000 if you get it right.
Oh, wow.
And it blew up during the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I bet. I can't
So,
believe
but the whole idea of ripping the pages out of the book and doing a murder wall on the ordering the pages on the wall and connecting things with thread.
Step 1, destroy the book.
Exactly.
I love
And
how
it's perforated on the seams.
I love how Nick is pretending he doesn't already have a room with a murder wall. All right.
That's
well,
for work though. That's
Yeah.
not for fun.
exactly. I have to make an offer he can't refuse. All right, Alex, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I'm from Richland, Washington, where I'm a nuclear engineer. In the past, I mentioned going around a museum seeing the Apollo command modules. Another one of my museum tourism things is dinosaur collections.
Ooh.
And it's kind of neat because some of the best ones are in out-of-the-way places out west that aren't normally your museum hubs.
So am I right in thinking they just discovered like a super huge, gigantic dinosaur head somewhere recently?
I haven't seen it, but it wouldn't shock me.
It's a terrible conversation since I don't know anything about it. I'm just going to scrap
you
that.
find-
I'm going to abort right there.
If you happen to be up around Calgary, the Royal Tyrrell Museum is by far the best collection I've ever seen.
What makes it great?
If you like to see a lot of large T-Rex kind of dinosaurs, they have a bunch of them, a bunch of raptors, basically a bunch of the dinosaurs you know about.
And where was this? Calgary? Oh, Calgary, Alberta.
Yeah, it's in Drumheller, which is about an hour outside of Calgary.
Okay. I don't know if I'll ever make it up there, but that does sound appealing. All right, guys. Well, we are going to have an absolutely fabulous show today. I can feel it in my bones. We're going to get started with Warm It Up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
Look at the bones. I don't know what's
Speaking of
going
Burger
on.
Wall.
I have a mood.
Oh, it's gonna be that kind of show.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Zahkia, you're up. You have the Warm It Up, Chris.
Yes, I do. But really, it's Meryl Streep that's going to warm us up today. Today's Warm It Up, Chris, is Warm It Up, Meryl. So,
I'm about to.
Only person who can warm me up. Let's be honest.
ooh. Yeah, this kind of game.
I was more of a
So we
Goldie
know that
Hawn
Meryl's-
person in that pairing.
It's after dark somewhere.
All right, so back to Miss Meryl as she warms us up. So, as we know, she's a very decorated, well, we think she's a very decorated Academy Award winner. Turns out she's only won 3. That's for Sophie's Choice and Kramer versus Kramer and The Iron Lady. For our Warm It Up, I just want you to name the movies that Meryl Streep was nominated for, but did not win. Yeah.
Great round.
Oh,
Great
I am
warm it up.
Absolutely humped. How many are there?
20 something.
Funny. I think we have, let me do a little count. It is 16.
Oh my God. All right.
Right. So it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Let's
It'll be
get-
fine.
We'll be fine. Let's kick it off. Alex, what you got?
I think I'll start with Silkwood.
Silkwood is correct. Very nice.
That's my one.
Jonathan, do you have a 1 for us?
I may not. There are. I've never been in the situation where, like some of our guests have, where it's like, wow, that's just so far away from being my category that I just don't know anything. This may be the first time. I'm trying to like run through my head and see Meryl Streep in movies, and the only one I can come up with is not an Academy Award nominee for sure. Was she in? God bless it, I can see her face. Was she in Network?
I don't think so. And
Okay.
she definitely wasn't nominated for it. You're already doing better than my sister. When I ran this by her, she named a bunch of Diane Keaton movies. So you're fine.
I think that was Faye Dunaway. You're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get where you're at. But.
right. Which is not in the right place, unfortunately.
Right. And you know what? For this category, the chances are if you just correctly name a Meryl Streep movie, there's like a 50-50 chance that
Yeah,
it's
that's the
gonna be
thing.
on this list.
I can name one, and it's going to be my next guess, and I know it's not right answer.
All right, Nick, you're up.
Into the Woods.
Into the Woods is a correct answer. Liz, you're up.
And featured or lead, right?
Any nomination, right?
Yeah,
The Devil
supporting or
Wears
lead.
Prada.
That is correct. Alex, can you give us 2?
Well, I'm probably going to steal Jonathan's wrong answer and just guess Death Becomes Her.
Yes, you figured me out.
That is a Meryl Streep movie, not one of her nominated performances. But yes, very nice.
Sorry, Jonathan, we had the same list.
Yes, if you can call it a list. Is it a list if there's only one item on it? I see her. Oh, what's the name of that movie?
What's the plot?
It's the Julia Child movie. It's like Julia and Me or something. Julia something. Julie and Julia, something like that.
Yeah,
Did I get one?
That's it.
Yes,
Hey.
Julie and Julia is a correct answer.
Good.
Nice job. There you go. You have more than one. All right, Nick, you're up.
The Bridges of Madison County.
The Bridges of Madison County is correct. All right, Liz.
Proof.
No proof. No proof. I think I know what you're stabbing at, but it's,
No, I
I
always
got
do
it.
this. That's a different play. Can I say what I meant? Or
Sure. Go for it.
I will let you say what you
Go
meant.
for it.
So this is a classic theater nerd thing. I have often said my theorem is if every conversation between theater nerds extends long enough, it will involve someone realizing they've confused the plays Proof and Doubt. And I meant Doubt.
Right.
Doubt is the correct answer.
Proof is a much better play.
Yeah. I also think this is like an Armageddon Deep Impact situation. Like where it's similar.
They could not be more different.
Yeah.
But so do I get that?
Sure you do.
Yes, you get it. You get
Wow, thank you.
No doubt.
All right.
Or no diggity, apparently. They're synonymous. Who knew? I didn't freaking know.
It's an Armageddon Deep Impact situation. All right, Alex, you're up.
And now we've hit the phase where I just guess older movies I haven't seen in hopes, and I'll just go with The Paper Chase.
No, but I appreciate the soft delivery.
All
Jonathan.
right. I see her as like some kind of housekeeper nanny situation, almost Miss Doubtfire-ish, but not obviously cross-dressing. But I can't think of what it might be at all. I'm going to do the same thing Alex is doing, and I might not even be able to do that. I might just throw out random guess movies and hope for the best here. Let's try Terms of Endearment. There's a random movie. No? Okay, great.
No Terms of Endearment. Nick, you got one, right?
So I had one more written down that I'm like 90% sure on. But I'm going to go with a different one because of Alex's answer. I believe she was nominated for The Post recently, like 2 or 3 years ago.
That is correct. Yes, The Post.
Nice. So I think
right,
Alex and I both
Liz.
share
Sorry.
credit for that because I said network, you said The Paper Chase. He gets the post. I think we really all get combined for that one. I
Glenn
think.
Close movies.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. That is reasonable, Leah.
Is it me?
Yep.
Yeah, it's you.
I have 3 I'm kind of equally between at like 80 or 90% each. She was nominated for these. I think I'm going to stick with the theater nerd one and say August Osage County.
August Osage County is correct.
Wow. So we need to look for movies with the word county in the title.
Yes.
That's a lesson learned.
Midwest counties.
I would say maybe think of Real People, but maybe not so much anymore either. Those
That
might have been guessed.
that doesn't help anymore. Whatever that clue was not one that's helpful.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. Let's do one more round before I open it up. Alex, do you have anything else?
I don't. Can you give me a hint?
Well, you guessed Silkwood. There's another movie in there that I feel like it's a similar title. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good clue.
Yeah, it feels like it's an Armageddon Deep Pact situation, but I don't think it is.
I've got nothing on that one. I'll tap out for Nick to get the clue on that one.
Okay. Let's see. There's a movie that has a song featuring boy band NSYNC. That's on here.
Wow, you're really hitting all my bad
Yeah, right.
categories.
Give-
All right.
I don't remember
all right.
her in the movie adaptation of Bye Bye Bye.
but you could try Bye Bye Birdie.
Yeah.
Sure.
Ooh, here's another one. Are you a fan of Carrie Fisher? Because that might help.
The Burbs. What's scary?
All right,
No.
let's move on down the road here.
Yeah, Jonathan. Did any of those hints?
You know what?
spark up anything
I'll
in
take
you?
a stab at that last one and try Postcards from the Edge.
Postcards from the Edge is
All
correct.
right.
I can't believe I didn't have that on my list. I feel like the trailer for that was on the Princess Bride VHS.
Yeah.
So I saw that trailer a million times. as a kid.
Wow.
All right, Nick.
It's not Silkwood, but it is Ironweed.
Yes, it's Ironweed.
That was an excellent clue.
I have two more on my list. I'm going to go with the one that Nick said, adaptation.
I know
You
adaptation.
said the word
is on-
adaptation,
Oh,
not
did
as
I?
a guess.
Okay.
You said an adaptation of Bye Bye Bye.
Oh, right.
I was like, I hope that doesn't make him think of
didn't-
adaptation.
No, I didn't think about that. I'm so dumb.
Adaptation is correct.
Nice. All right,
I
what's the
have
last
one
one on your
more.
list, Liz?
Out of
I've got
Africa.
one more, too.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Liz.
What'd you
My
say?
last one was Out of Africa.
Out of Africa is correct.
Nice.
And then I think her first a good clue would have been to equate her with fava beans, right? I think her first nomination was for Deer Hunter.
Yes, it was for the Deer Hunter.
Wow. You know, Alex, as they
So-
name the ones that she's nominated for, I don't feel bad. I didn't see any of these movies.
I have never heard of Ironweed.
Neither have I. Except for My Front Yard, in which case, yes, but no.
Yeah, and I'll wrap it up here because the rest of them are a little bit more obscure, I think. So the ones we did not cover are The French Lieutenant's Woman, Cry in the Dark, One True Thing. The NSYNC movie is Music of the Heart. And, finally, Florence Foster Jenkins.
Okay, I'm
Right,
aware of that one.
which was your
That was recent.
think about people
Mm-hmm.
clue.
Yeah, and that concludes our Warm It Up Meryl.
All right. Well, thank you, Meryl, for being such an amazing
Great round.
actress.
Yeah.
You took movies that we never heard of and got them Oscar nominated. So that's saying something right there. That is a brilliant career.
Some of which deserved it.
Exactly. So this is going to be episode number 393. That means we are on our Patreon feed. So a huge shout out and thank you to everybody listening right now. You all. I know that Nick kind of likes you. Zakia's not a fan of y'all. She's always talking bad about the patrons. So we gotta. She's looking at me like I'm
Rude.
crazy right now. All right, I'm lying. Zakia likes
God,
you too.
when the microphone is off, Zakia, just a despondent, dark person.
Yeah, no personality
Doesn't
at all.
say very much. She
No.
barely says anything, but
Yeah.
when she does, it's hurtful. It like cuts down the phone.
No, actually, you're describing me from my 20s. That sounds a lot like me. All right, yeah, no, episode 393. Huge thank you to everybody listening to the show. You all are awesome. If you want to grab a calendar for 2023, we have the Everyday Q&A trivia calendar. You can get that at triviacalendar.com. To play along with today's show, you need to download the Triviamatic app and hit the Play Now button and enter this code, 907875. That's 907875. Once you put that code in, you will get this set of questions, and you'll be able to score yourself and see how you do compared to us. All right, so the game today, it's going to be Jonathan and Alex versus Nick and Liz. Zakia is hosting, and it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
Yeah, we got mean old Zahkia with her razor sharp teeth hosting today.
Zahkia Mendoza.
I love that.
That's not bad.
Man. Oh, I have to use
That's
that
your roller derby name.
somewhere.
That's pretty good.
Yes!
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, man, it's so much better than Mendoza line. I love it.
Yeah, no, and if you're doing roller derby, you can be Zahkia Mendozer. So you just throw the R on there and you're a bulldozer, so you're Mendozer.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah,
like
see?
my ideal roller derby name before this was Aurora Borealis.
Oh, that's real good. I do like that.
But yeah, I am not nearly tough enough for roller derby, but I am tough enough to host this game after a long night. So let's get into round 1. Question 1. Your category is viral TV. Chrissy, wake up! was originally a quote from the character Eddie Munson on this TV series, but has been turned into a viral auto-tune song by the Gregory Brothers.
All right, we can lock in.
Yeah.
Since the last time we had a question about this topic, I have actually seen the whole series. So I went from not watching the series at all to seeing all of it in about 3 months. So yeah, Alex, this Eddie Munson is the...
No spoilers. I haven't seen the last episode of the last season. I don't have the 3 hours to commit.
No problem, bro. No problem.
All right.
Eddie Munson is the new character that is introduced in season 4 of Stranger Things. And so it's got to be that.
Sounds like you are confident, so let's go with it.
I'm glad you said no spoilers, Nick, though, because I was going to describe different things. Also, I'm sure other people picked up on this, but Eddie Munson, very close to Eddie Munster.
Yep.
Right?
100%.
It's like, it's right in there. I have to think that's intentional.
One would think.
So we're saying Stranger Things.
All right, Nick and Liz, what did you say?
Stranger Things.
Yep, it was kind of the same conversation that we had. Was no conversation at all. We just both wrote out Stranger Things and went, yep, and locked in.
All right, that's good, because your correct answer is Stranger Things. Very nice. Points all around. Round 1, question 2 is music. Your category is music from the 6.
Music from the 6. It's behind you.
Watch your back. In July 2022, Canadian rapper Drake brought out another Canadian pop singer on stage in Toronto to perform the songs I'm Like a Bird and Promiscuous, marking that artist's first time performing in 5 years.
I'm good with locking that in, Jonathan.
You think that's right too, right? I'm not mixing that up with the other one.
As you know, music is my worst category, so I am going with you.
All right, we'll go ahead and lock that in.
Okay. Nick and Liz.
All
Nick
right,
and Liz
Liz.
are hurting.
Yeah.
You have more than I do.
So I'm Like a Bird and Promiscuous. It's a female singer, right?
Yes.
It's
Is
from.
it a two-named singer? Is this someone?
It
with a
is
last
no.
name?
It's a first and last name, right? It is a normal first and last name. Both of those songs. One of them was with Timberland, and this is like late '90s, early 2000s ish. It was Natalie something. Natalie
Nelly
Furtado.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're locked in. Nelly Furtado. 100%.
Okay. Alex and Jonathan, what did you say?
She does have a last name that sounds like something you're buying at Taco Bell. We said Furtado.
All right. Your correct answer is definitely who my mom called Nelly Frittata for the longest
See?
time.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but Nelly Furtado is the correct answer. Love her so much.
Excellent
Right.
teamwork, Liz. That took both
that
of
was-
us.
When she said
hoping
Natalie,
you're
I was
gonna
like,
stick with
crap.
Natalie.
God, please say Natalie Furtado.
All right. Round 1, question 3. Your category is biblical proportion. And this is shout out to my friend who hosted the bonfire last night, Heather Rockenseuss. She gave me the inspo for this question.
Because it was
Thanks,
a
Heather.
bonfire party of biblical proportions, it sounds like.
Wow.
No. This she just had a trivia question on the top of her head. This was it. Found in the Gospel of John, what 2-word phrase is the shortest verse in the Bible?
You said 2-word?
2-word phrase.
Oh, how confident are you, Alex?
I
I'm
have a
pretty sure.
question.
Yes.
Shortest in English or shortest in the original language? Because there are
shortest
2
in-
possible answers.
So I believe this is shortest in the English translation.
Okay, then
Well, either way, if
Nick, you're right.
it's pinned down to 2 words, so as long as it's 2 words, then that's going to be the one you choose. And if it's in a different language and it's
I'll
still 2
explain
words,
later.
then you're still fine.
Right. No,
Well,
I know where you're coming from on this, Liz, and yeah, no, that'll make for good. We're locking in, and I think that'll make for good exposition later.
And then later I'll explain how if we get this wrong, then I might be getting divorced.
All right, Alex. So this was your answer here. Why don't you talk about it?
So, as I recall, I believe the shortest verse in the Bible is Jesus wept.
So that's what we're going with.
All right. Nick and Liz.
So in the original Koine Greek, I believe the shortest verse translates to rejoice evermore, which was kind of a secondary slogan of my wedding. My husband wrote a 1-line play and is kind of a scholar of short things and also of intellectual Christianity. But Nick is right, and my husband also knows this, so definitely would have been in trouble. In English, it is, in fact, Jesus wept. And I don't know what verse it's in.
If we have to go back to Koine Greek, we're in trouble.
Right, and I think that the premise behind Rejoice Evermore is that it's something along the lines of et al. Right? It's like a really short version of, obviously it's not et al, but it's whatever it is 4 letters or something.
Yeah.
I am surprised that there was not a corresponding verse of Jesus slept, which would also be the shortest 2-word.
Right.
Because the dude had to be tired.
Right. Well, and he was being sought out. So at a certain point, I'm sure he was skulking around and hiding. So at some point, Jesus crept.
Oh my goodness.
He might have also been trying to pedal somewhere. It could have been Jesus slept.
I was gonna say that Jesus has really long legs, and I think he might have liked Dua Lipa, so definitely Jesus leapt.
That's brilliant. That's good times.
The correct answer is indeed Jesus wept. Nice job.
Jesus slept is gotta be my favorite. That's really good.
From the original Yiddish.
Yeah, he famously did.
From the
I was gonna say,
Yiddish.
he had to carry that cross. That's a schlep if I've ever heard one.
The
My
schlep
God.
around the world.
Oh.
So nice job. At the end of round 1, perfect scores all around. Lots of laughter, lots of correct answers. I'm into this. Please don't hate me after round 2.
Oh, no.
Everybody remember this positive feeling as we move forward into the next round.
Likes you.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah. You like me. You really like me. Round 2, question 1. Your category is etymology. The word galaxy comes from the Greek stem galact, which translates to what nourishing substance in English?
You sound like you have. How much confidence do you have there, Alex?
I think I have 3 meow mouse.
Oh, yeah! Let me show you the
Meow,
power
meow,
of this
laughing?
fully operational recording station.
And by fully operational, you mean you just have the hammer.
I have the
They
hammer
definitely
and
got the microphone.
No, I have the mic.
Shooters.
This is a microphone. This isn't my bad headset that I've been recording on the last few weeks.
That's fair.
This is a fully operational. Look, we can even have a musical accompaniment. Right? We got stuff in this studio.
Descending third. Excellent.
So that's a meow meow lock-in, yeah?
Oh, yeah, we're locked in.
Yes.
I was gonna say we're
Nick
waiting
and
to
Liz.
stay locked in so that we can move forward. Go ahead.
Yeah, we said milk, which if the Lact didn't give it to me, I remember an episode of House where he uses the galact prefix, and someone's like, does that have something to do with stars or something? And then he injects milk into the person's mouth via a syringe, because that's how House do.
Right. Which, you know what? All of my medical knowledge comes from my watching House. So that's just as good a place as any to get it.
I don't know where would be a better place for us non-doctors to get it, honestly.
Oh, no. I mean,
It would
even
be creepy
doctors.
if you had it from elsewhere, I feel like.
I get all my medical knowledge from Hannibal Lecter.
All right. So, Alex and Jonathan, what did you say?
So it's called the Milky Way for a reason. It's milk.
I just put that together.
When he said it, I was like, oh, that explains the Milky Way thing. I thought it was just because it was so white that the people thought it looked like milk. No. Okay.
Right. It's the Laxy Lax Galaxy.
Mm-hmm. With caramel.
So, yeah, your your correct answer is milk. So at this bonfire last night, they told one of the people in attendance, Lindsay. Hi, Lindsay. Gave me her backstory of what she's heard as the origin story for the name of the Milky Way. It also comes from Greece, or Greek mythology, is that Zeus took baby Hercules, whose mother is not Hera, but he wanted baby Hercules to have god powers. So he put baby Hercules on Hera's breast so he could breastfeed from her. And then Hera's woke up and oh, what is this baby? And she took him and she chucked him away into the stars.
Oh.
And the stream of milk
became
the Milky Way.
I thought you were going to say, so I was talking to this woman about her origin story, and I'm like, how far back did she start if you're talking about the Milky Way?
What kind of bonfire is this?
Let's get into round 2, question 2. Your category is classical music and technology. I am so sorry for any German speakers that I might
You're going to butcher.
I might butcher some pronunciations, but I'm going to try. So, a selection from The Trout, or Die Forelle, a classical piece by Franz Schubert, is played by washing machines made by what manufacturer?
That's, you know what? There's a lot of hard trivia questions in the world, Liz. That's one of the hardest I've ever heard.
I mean, it's less than 50%. So have you got anything better?
I don't. I'm not up. My washing machine does not play any music of any kind.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and lock in my answer then.
All right. So. So
I have it. My mom has it. What is it, Nick? What washing machine do I own, Nick?
Right. That was the trivia question she asked me in the chat. She's like, so what washing machine do I own? And I'm like, that's a hard question.
For what it's worth, Liz, you have the same washing machine that I bought for my last house before I moved. So that is the song that I'm hearing in my head too. And I am also it's one of these two
So
choices.
Liz is right up there with Bilbo Baggins. What do I have in my pocket?
Exactly.
That's exactly the kind of question she asked. So Zahkia, I don't truly think you realize what this question does to me personally, traumatically, and emotionally.
What did I do?
Yeah. The anything washing machine related is just a dark story in my life. I have been in my house for 11 years. I am on my 5th washing machine in 11 years.
Damn, dude, y'all wash a lot of clothes.
It's not like we're wearing out the motors or anything. It's the motherboards go bad.
Are you one of those people that washes their towels after every use?
No, God, no. No, once a week. once a week. We change the sheets once a week.
He only has 2 shirts, Jonathan.
That is
Right,
true. It is
I do
true.
have to do a lot of laundry, yeah. But yeah, we've been through 5. We're on our 5th washing machine. We just got a new one 4 or 5 months ago but the motherboards on them keep dying. And if anybody out there in the audience has like an old mechanical washing machine that just operates on knobs and dials and buttons, keep that for as long as humanly possible, because that thing will never break. And the parts to get replacement for are really cheap. Now, that's neither here nor there. It's just, how another example of how mean Zahkia is by just bringing up people's personal trauma. But yeah, Liz, you have a Samsung washing machine. So we're going to say a Samsung.
Your coin flip went the right way.
Yeah, we'll see. That song that Liz played, I couldn't get it into my head because I haven't been there in about a month and a half now. But that is the song that my washing machine played every time, and it was annoying. And I bought that washing machine when I bought the house, so it's not like I inherited it. I either bought a Samsung or an LG. And I think that my refrigerator was an LG and that my washing machine and dryer were Samsung. So we said Samsung.
So this is funny. So Liz, the da 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 is also the tune that my mom's dishwasher makes. I don't think that's the Trout. However, today I learned that Samsung machines play multiple songs. So the correct answer is Samsung.
Woo! We're taking credit. What was the original correct answer?
Like the original song?
No. Was Samsung
was
always your answer? Was it always the right answer? You said because they play multiple songs.
We got it for the wrong. We got the right answer for the wrong reason.
With the wrong song. Right.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So
okay.
Samsung is the correct answer.
So what does the right song sound like?
It doesn't sound like that. I can't
This is where you do the Scooby-Doo doo-doo-doo, Joel, and then you put in a clip of
No,
the song.
this is Jonathan
turns
doesn't
the
like
piano and starts going.
Oh yeah, sure. Jonathan doesn't like cease and desist orders, so he doesn't put in musical clips anymore.
That has to be. It's
That's
Schubert. That's in public domain.
Whatever, Schubert. Hubert.
So, but pro tip for your Samsung washers: if you hold the start button down for 3 seconds, it will turn all sounds off, and you can.
Yeah, don't take Nick's advice. He's gone through 5 washing machines in 10
That's
years.
also fair. Very fair.
Yeah.
It turns all the sounds off and destroys the motherboard.
And then blows the motherboard.
The warning sounds are like, abort, you've
Right,
loaded
yes.
too much. He doesn't hear those.
Please help me. God, why? Why? No.
Nice job. Round 2, question 3. Your category is just technology. No classical music, just technology. Your question. RFID tags use electromagnetic pulses to transmit digital data from a device back to an RFID reader. RFID technology has been used in contactless payment, machine-readable travel documents, and timing sporting events. What does RFID stand for?
We had this about a year ago, and I can't remember it all. But apparently Alex can remember it.
Much more than washing machine noises. I believe so.
All right, then I'm down with it. Let's lock in.
All right, Nick and Liz, you can talk.
All right. So Liz is just texting me words that start with the letter R.
Wow.
And then words that start with the letter F. I'm pretty sure.
Rhinoceros, fridge.
Right. Idle.
Reciprocity,
what I texted
Franklin.
him.
Right. I think, Liz, I actually think you stumbled upon the right answer.
This was a controlled.
Correct.
stray
No, it
of
was.
words.
It was. Right. We started with remote, then you went to random.
The only F word I sent you was the F word that
was
you
frequency. That is correct. Yeah, it's I'm relatively certain, Liz, that it's radio frequency identification.
Cool.
Right. So RFID. Are you good with locking in with that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
All yours.
So we're locked.
I mean, not all yours. I take ownership of this answer as well.
Right, yes, this is a team thing.
Yes.
All right, Alex and Jonathan, what did you say?
I was really hoping you'd go with something like Roquefort fromage, but we also said radio frequency identification.
It's kind of a stinky frequency.
Stinky frequency.
A stinquency. You always got to put them together. You got to finish it.
Gotta love a poor man's toe. All right.
That was a poor man's toe.
A stinky toe. All right.
Yep.
Okay. No. Yeah, your correct answer is indeed radio frequency identification. Nice job on
Really
round
good
2,
job.
guys.
Yeah. Considering
These are-
how you started out by warning us that it was going to be terrible and apologizing for it, we both
At
did
least-
really well.
Yeah, at least I don't hate you after round 2.
Right?
I can't speak for Nick.
I mean,
I speak for the group, yeah.
How do you
Nick
feel about
might
us?
a little bit. I mean,
Yeah, but it
I
has
think you
nothing to
guys
do
are
with round
great.
2.
It has to do with how mean you are when we're not on mic.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this is the most 50-50 partnership I've ever had on one of these shows.
Wow. Usually
Yeah.
they're carrying you, huh?
All the time. 100% of the time. I'm finally contributing, Jonathan.
I think it's funny that the one I would have almost certainly gotten wrong on my own is the what washing machine do I have in mind?
That's adorable. All right.
I love that.
I do laundry. This is not like I promise my clothing is clean.
I was gonna say Liz is just Liz is the type of person where it's dirty, I'll throw it away and buy a new one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she got it like that.
So at the end of our very nice round 2, both teams still perfect, 60 points apiece. All right, let's get into round 3, question 1. Your category is ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it.
I wouldn't mind if my washing machine played that. That's a good little jam.
Now I'm
You
hungry.
might have some like interesting smells coming out of your laundry then.
No bad ones though. Not if that's the song that's playing. Those are all good
Maybe
smells.
that's why your washing machine breaks.
I'm learning so much.
So your question.
Yeah.
McSpicy Paneer and the Pizza McPuff are McDonald's items in which country?
You said spicy McPuff?
McSpicy Paneer and the Pizza McPuff.
Pizza
Yeah, Liz, that's my only guess. So
Yeah,
and
I think
it would be no, you got it.
let's lock in.
Okay, so Alex,
Okay.
I got 2 guesses here.
I think they might be my 2 guesses as well.
Clearly, if you have paneer as an item, India is going to be a possible choice.
Or UK.
The UK is the other, okay, hold on. Do they have McDonald's in India? If they do,
They obviously
then-
wouldn't serve burgers.
but yeah, and then the paneer would definitely be a thing that they would have, but maybe they don't. And if they don't,
And I-
then the UK becomes the really clear answer.
I would tend to lean towards UK just because I think pizza seems more likely
Yeah.
in UK versus India versus like a roti or something like that.
Right?
So I would lean towards UK.
I'm down with that. Let's do that.
Okay. Nick and Liz, what did you say?
Yeah, I think we were on the same page, which is paneer is Indian.
Right. It's Indian cheese and just it sounds I'm hungry now. Like
And
I want to
curry
take a break.
puffs.
Right. I want to take a break to go get some food because I have no idea what a McSpicy paneer is, but I would assume that
That's
it's
not
like
a
a
thing.
it's like a fried mozzarella stick on a bun.
Ooh.
Right?
Now I
Right?
want it. That sounds good.
Like a spicy mozzarella stick on a bun, like a square burger-sized circular mozzarella stick.
No, let's make it square. It sounds better that way.
Well, now I'm just thinking of the square mozzarella sticks from TGI Fridays, and I'm just starving.
Wow.
So, we went with India, although the UK is one of those like if that's the answer, that may be really
Yeah.
smart.
And I don't know if paneer is also Bangladeshi, also Pakistani, but if it is, I had no way of choosing between those countries. So
Fair.
India.
The
Yeah.
reason that I felt stronger about the UK, and I think Alex the same way, is I can see there not being a McDonald's in India. I cannot see a McDonald's in the UK without an Indian item.
There are absolutely McDonald's in India. Like
Okay.
I know
Well, then
that
that's a
in
helpful
India.
piece of information.
And there
Right.
are absolutely McDonald's in the UK without Indian items.
Yes.
They'll have barbecue sauce, though. They'll have barbecue sauce next to the ketchup taps. I found that interesting.
All
That
right.
being said, the national dish of the UK is chicken tikka masala. So I mean, it's not like the UK is that far off base. But
All right, Zahkia, let's hear this thing.
I love this. All right. So I've got a swing and a miss. I've got one correct answer and one incorrect answer.
So
The McSpicy Paneer and the Pizza McPuff belong to McDonald's in India.
yes.
Yeah.
We went the obvious answer, Alex. We got stumped by the obvious answer.
Yeah, I don't feel too bad about that one.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel bad about that one at all.
Once
yeah,
again,
no, and I didn't mean to imply the guess was off base. I just only ever ate McDonald's when I lived in the UK, so I haven't.
So that is a distinct advantage as well. Yes,
I was just hoping we were right, mainly since Nick said the UK wasn't that far off base.
for sure.
I'm just happy that once again my ability to not be smart enough to overthink something comes in handy.
Rare skill.
Right. It has to be India because that's the only answer I could possibly think of. Well, let's talk about the UK. Oh no! Oh, that's a much better trivia question answer.
That is an advantage and a disadvantage to think about things in terms of. Would that be a better question if the answer was this though?
Right.
I get caught up in that all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, Zahkia, you are hosting a perfect game.
Yeah.
I think that's what we need.
Hopefully I don't trip you up on the next one.
Right.
Round 3, question 2. Your category is Oscar-winning movies.
Kramer versus Kramer.
Sophie's
No.
choice.
All right. And no. There no Meryl in this movie. What movie is the only movie to have an X rating and win Best Picture at the Oscars? It's number 47 on AFI's Greatest American Films of All Time list, and in 1994 was added to the Library of Congress as a culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant film.
Do you want to do that, Liz? I'm relatively
I
certain
would throw it to you, though.
So we are okay. We are at a point where what we are discussing is should we say the answer to each other, or should we just lock in blindly without even discussing it amongst ourselves?
Because we saw each other nod.
Yeah, we both nodded halfway
and
through
we're
the
vibing
question.
So hard.
Yeah. I will type it out because it'd be wrong to ruin the game that we're having based on being silly.
Yeah.
All right, we're locked in.
All right.
And I confess I had that typed in and let you enter first.
Okay.
It's like,
So, Alex, you and I have two different answers that are the same thing. Neither one of us is confident enough at movies to know which one of these words is the right word, right? We've written down Urban Cowboy and Midnight Cowboy. And it's like, oh crap. We both know that it's for this damn cowboy movie, and we can't quite remember if it's one or the other.
I think Midnight Cowboy's the Dustin Hoffman one.
Okay. Is Urban Cowboy might not even be a thing.
It is, but I think it's about a decade later.
So Midnight Cowboy would be the 70s one, which is what we're looking for. Like
Midnight
79?
Cowboy's like 60. Midnight Cowboy's 69,
69.
I think.
Then my reference might be off here. I thought Midnight Cowboy was a movie that came out after. I'm sorry, the movie that I'm thinking of, and may not be right because I might have just had all this stuff mixed up in my head, but was after like the Saturday Night Fever era.
So I think that's Urban Cowboy.
And that's the one that I've always thought was the X-rated one, but I could be wrong. I could just not know this information.
There wasn't a year given in the clue, was there?
No.
Because I think Midnight Cowboy is the John Voight, Dustin Hoffman one. I don't remember who stars in Urban Cowboy.
I thought it was John Travolta. That's why I have Saturday Night Fever tied with it in my head. But this truly could be just me having facts that are not knowledge-based. They're just based on hearing over time. And so, yeah, I could just be wrong about which one it is.
Just playing the odds, I would think a Dustin Hoffman, Jon Voight movie is more likely to win Best Picture than a John Travolta movie.
And a Jon Voight movie is more likely to be X-rated.
Yeah, so I would lean towards Midnight.
All right, let's do that.
Before you lock in, have you considered Midday or Noontime Cowboy?
Yeah, we know Quick and the Dead was the Noontime Cowboy, but that's
the
not
Noontime.
it.
That's
And
fair.
there's
That's
lots
fair.
of rural cowboys.
There's rural cowboys you have to
Deep
look
Sea.
at. There's
The Deep Sea Cowboy.
the Deep Sea Cowboy.
That's a movie
right?
waiting to happen. Waterworld 2,
There's-
Deep Sea Cowboys.
There's Space Cowboys. Space Cowboys is a thing.
Yes.
You
I
could
saw that.
possibly take that as an answer.
You saw that in theaters?
Ryan.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I went to college with there were 2 movies showing that weekend. I don't remember what the other one was.
Oh, God, I
But you went
remember.
with Space Cowboys.
I did bite a friend because something so ridiculous happened in that movie.
I remember those old days of being in a small town, college town, where there was like a movie theater with one movie showing. That's how I ended up watching From Dusk Till Dawn. Like, yeah, that's the only movie in this theater. We're watching it.
That's a great movie.
It was the first time that I saw Selma Hayek,
Selma
in
Hayek.
a movie, and I was
Yeah.
like, I fell in love immediately.
100%.
Isn't that the one where they killed Quentin Tarantino twice?
Yes,
Yes. Yeah.
but spoiler alert, Alex. Come on, man, have some
Yeah,
class.
jeez,
Jeez.
yeah, it's-
God.
I think
26
the statute of limitations has gone on that one.
All right. So, Jonathan and Alex, you have not technically locked in.
We
I
did.
sway
We locked
you?
in with Midnight Cowboy.
Okay.
Liz,
Uh,
I tried to get them off of.
No, I hope they'd say Rhinestone Cowboy.
That was a good.
We could have gone Midnight Rambler, the Rolling Stones song.
You
Oh,
could have gone so many things.
Right.
Midnight
So
Express,
please us.
very different movie.
Midnight Express. Yeah, that's a good way to go. Polar Express.
Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express.
oh my god.
Similar to Midnight Express.
Right.
Moana. Just literally.
I love
anything
that.
you could have said.
I really, really love that connection. That's wonderful.
Oh goodness.
All right.
So
So the answer that Liz and I both came to without discussing it, Alex is all over it. Jon Voight, Dustin Hoffman as Ratso Rizzo, Midnight Cowboy is your correct answer.
that is the correct answer. And I wanted, like, as the host, clearly I can't, give commentary, but I wanted Jonathan and Alex to consider plot. Because, like, Urban Cowboy is about John Travolta trying to make it in country music. Midnight Cowboy is literally about prostitution.
Yeah,
So,
yep.
I mean,
When you haven't seen the movies,
your
plot
big-
doesn't enter into it. It's just
They
a matter
could
of,
be
hey,
the
I have
same
these two
thing.
names. Yeah, I mean, John Travolta could have been prostituting himself to make it in country music. This
Exactly.
easily could have been the plot.
That is true. That is true. Nice job. Either way, points all around.
I really did. I
Round-
really did learn from that, though. I'm not joking. Now I know that the X-rated movie was not the John Travolta movie. Got it.
Correct.
At least not that John Travolta
It's
movie.
the.
Right, yeah, right.
Round 3, question 3. Your category is TV.
Televisiones.
Televisiones. Promotional consideration for New Girl was sponsored by what car company, which appeared several times in the series? Schmidt drives cars of this make. Jess subs in for Cece to model in this brand's showroom. And Winston makes up a nickname, Foscape, as a make.
Foscape?
Foscape,
Foscape?
with a accent aigu over the E.
Okay. Okay, we'll lock in.
I've never seen the show.
I've seen every episode. It wasn't one of those ones that I watched like when it was on, but I binged it with my wife. It was the show we put on to fall asleep to,
Mm.
and has become part of the rotation of shows we fall asleep to. Right? We watch all of The West Wing, then we watch all of Star Trek from beginning to end. Then we get into like The New Girls or Better Off Ted, which is one of the best shows ever made. And it's the fact it's only 2 seasons makes me sad. That's neither here nor there. She drives like a beat up, like classic Volvo, but that's not what Zahkia's asking. I'm pretty sure that this is when Ford was doing their massive push on all television shows of like the Ford Focus, right? Like,
And Foscape is kind of like
Foscape would be off of Focus. Yeah. So, but she's only looking for manufacturer. So if we just say Ford,
Yeah, no.
like,
In that case, the answer would be Ford.
right. And this all of a sudden this becomes a like, oh my God, it's an infinite number of answers to like there's 3 car companies. So we have a 1 in 3 shot regardless.
And literally all I had was, oh, Kia popped into my head because I think of Kias as cute and I think of that show as cute. But now I'm realizing it actually probably popped into my head because I'm looking at the word Zahkia on my screen.
I'm driving a Kia Mendoza.
A Kia Mendoza, yeah. Oh.
Every answer in round 4 will be found in her name.
So we should probably go with your answer.
I think we go with Ford and cross our fingers.
Ford Foscape. That sounds like a joke
yeah.
that would come out of a writer's room. Yeah.
Absolutely. So okay, we're gonna lock in with Ford.
Alex, did you ever watch the show?
I did not watch the show.
I didn't either, and yet it took us way less time than Nick to answer the question. It's funny how that worked.
You know, that says something about Nick.
That's a good TV show title. Something about Nick.
Something about Nick.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
I thought of Ford Focus. You thought of Ford Escape, and you put them together, and you get a Ford Foscape.
Oh, that's
portmanteau. So we said Ford because there's a great portmanteau for it, or a poor man's toe, also.
So, lots of things to say. One of the mnemonics I used to help people remember how to say my name was pizza car. So, like like pizza, Kia, like the car. And a lot of people in high school used to call me like Zahkia Sedona or Zahkia Rio, like these Kia cars. And like, so now Kia absolutely has to make a make called a Mendoza. I'm not going to be satisfied until they do.
I don't think it's ever going to
I
get
used
above the line.
I used to have a Kia Santa Fe. Yeah.
I don't think it's ever going to get above the
Santa
line.
Fe. No.
Yeah.
No. All right. Foscape is Winston really just putting the words Ford and escape together. Has nothing to do with focus, but your correct answer is indeed Ford. Nice job.
Sweet. The whole time you were asking the question, I was like, man, we haven't seen New Girl. This is just when you straight guess. Then you give us the Foscape at the end. I'm like, thank God there's a clue. Okay, I can work with this.
Yeah. After round 3, we've got Jonathan and Alex with 80, Liz and Nick with 90. Perfect score.
Perfect game. My goodness.
Dominant score.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dominant score. They're so far behind we can't even see them.
I sure hope she throws some like geography in here and some things to throw you guys off with your pop culture genius.
What 1980s and 90s theater productions?
All right. For your midpoint, I've got celebrity side hustles.
Oh, boy.
So for this, I'm going to name a company or a side hustle or something that a celebrity owns. And for 5 points each, you tell me the celebrity that owns it. I will give you little clues along the way. So, if you're ready, here is numero uno. This sunny celebrity who likes dancing in the rain has several businesses named Flower. A production company called Flower Films, a makeup company called Flower Cosmetics, and a furnishing company called Flower Home. Number 2, she owns a clothing line named Draper James, which, she quotes, aims to give a nod to her Southern roots and personal style. 3, she's an Academy Award winner, cookbook author, and founder of Goop, a company that encourages you to police your thoughts and eliminate white foods. And number 4, he owns a general store in a small town in Massachusetts, where he's from, and he likes to spend summers there with his family.
I can't think of the answer to number 3 without the conversation from Friday night about the vagina-scented candle coming up.
Yep.
Apparently,
That's-
there's a vagina-scented candle.
Yep. 100%.
From this maker.
I was gonna say this. The fact that we're on opposing teams here, Jonathan.
I know
that's
a gimme for that for us.
It was pretty much a slam dunk anyway.
I
But
agree.
we just had this conversation.
We're coming up on time. You have about a minute left.
Liz, whatever you pick, anything you want.
I gotta call time, guys.
Let's do my last answer then.
Okay, we're locked in.
Alex, I think so. Obviously, 3, everybody's guessing Gwyneth Paltrow, so
Yeah.
don't worry about that. Number 2, we were talking about Southern people. Hey, don't honk at me. We were talking about Southern people, and we talked about Draper and maybe a Mad Men connection to January Jones. I asked about Jane Fonda. But I think I'd like to give it a try with Ashley Judd because I know she's a serial entrepreneur and I know she's Southern, and so that seems like a viable answer.
That works for me.
Okay, and then number 4, there's so few words in that clue that one of them has to mean more than something else, and so I'm cluing in on small towns, and I think we can guess John Cougar Mellencamp or just John Mellencamp because he's the kind of guy who wants to live in a small town. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
the only other one I threw out was Wahlberg, just because I know they're from Massachusetts.
For
but
sure.
You have a much better reason.
I like Mellencamp for 4. We started trying to talk about 1, and we never got very far. We know
Well,
that Sunny is the clue here. We don't know the name of any females in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so we don't. If it's from there, we don't know, and if it's not, we still don't know.
I think this is the time for a Lucky Johnson.
You know what? Sure. All right. Let's Johnson this bad boy. So we'll say Johnson, Judd, Paltrow, and Mellencamp.
Okay, Nick and Liz.
All right, so the first one, the flower was the key, and I'm 90% sure that I associate this with a person, mainly because at the end of her new talk show, they have a plaque for her production company, which is also flower related. It's Drew Barrymore. The Draper is Jonathan. You are the Southern. It's you. You're all over it. You just didn't pick the right one. Again, I'm 95% sure that's Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Serial entrepreneur, Southern. I mean, you're. Goop, of course, is Gwyneth Paltrow, and then we ended up with.
We have no idea who's from Massachusetts, but not Boston. So
right. So we went with the idea of who do we think would run a general store? Like who would have that as a fun thing they would do on the side? So I threw out Chris Pratt or Jack Black.
I threw out Bill Murray, but I don't even know if he has a family. He's very mysterious.
Right.
He has a family. He has brothers.
Yeah.
They have a restaurant together called Murray Brothers.
I didn't think about that kind of family.
Ultimately, Liz threw out Tom Hanks, and we went with Tom Hanks.
Okay. Number 1, Nick picked up the clue that the hint was flower and the sunny and dancing in the rain because you need sun and rain to grow flowers. And she recently has had this video where she's dancing in the rain like everyone should do, and it's so great. The answer is Drew Barrymore.
Right. That's so much the crazy eyes with that one. She makes me uncomfortable at all times.
Even when she was like 4?
Especially when she was 4.
He saw Firestarter.
Yeah. I started out very uncomfortable there, yeah.
Number 2, Draper James, the Southern serial entrepreneur, is indeed Reese Witherspoon.
Is she playing off of Trader Joe's with that name?
No!
Because to me, it seems like the female equivalent of Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's, Draper Jane. They literally go together.
It's Draper James.
J. Oh, I misheard the word then. I literally came up with Jane Fonda because Jane's.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, I should have
Draper
asked.
James.
Yep.
Those are her grandparents' surnames. Also, very Southern naming thing going on there.
Okay.
But yeah, so we all know Goop is Miss Gwyneth Paltrow, and since I am a bit of a frag head, someone who's really into fragrance, and the company that made the scent for This Smells Like My Vagina is called Heretic.
And you can look up on Fragrantica what it smells like, and it's ambrette, which is a muskmallow, so marshmallow, cedar, geranium, rose, and bergamot, for those who are curious.
Well, that sounds like it would smell good,
curious.
but that does not sound like it's going to smell like a vagina.
She
It
lies.
would smell like gross vagina, right?
I've never smelled a cedar vagina. Usually you have to bring your own wood to the party.
Oh, that's great.
Oh
Out of
my
context show next
God. Oh my God.
I said the other day,
cedar's more of a softwood, so
my
Oh,
favorite
wow.
jokes are the ones that you don't know you're going to make until they're right
Until-
there. And then you're like, oh, there's a joke here.
I can do that. Oh.
Woo! So yes, Gwyneth Paltrow was the correct answer there. Number 4, he owns a general store in small town Massachusetts, and that's where he's from. He spends summers there with his family. I thought maybe this was a bigger story because there's not a lot of hints. Maybe small town if you think of Scranton, Pennsylvania. Not Joe Biden, but it is the guy who plays Michael Scott, Steve Carell.
Wow, that was a head thump right there by Nick. It shook his camera.
He
Yeah,
hasn't moved
like
since,
hurt.
so we may have lost him.
Nick,
Liz,
are you okay?
that's
Are you okay?
that's why I wanted to say Jon Stewart.
Oh, really?
That's why I
Uh,
texted Liz. I'm like, I want to say Jon Stewart for this, but he's famously not from Massachusetts, right? He's obviously from New Jersey, so we can't say that. I probably heard him telling the story in an interview with Steve Carell or something. Oh, God. All right. Never would have put it together, obviously, but.
After the midpoint, we've got Alex and Jonathan with 85, Nick and Liz with 105.
Ooh.
No. Yeah, with 105.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Boy, we fell behind after the midpoint, Alex. That was
Yeah, that one hurt.
daunting.
That was 15 to 5 on the midpoint. Right?
Yeah, we've had a pop culture heavy first half, and I think with Alex's strengths is everything not pop culture, and he's the stronger of the two of us. And I'm like, come on, baby, give me something. Let's get Alex rolling here.
What Auburn alum? Right.
That has happened.
All right, that's the end of the first half. Before we go on to the second half, I want to give you a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. And check this out, guys. This is a free episode on the main feed this week because BetterHelp sponsored it. That's right. This advertisement is the reason you're getting this free show, and this is a barn burner of a show. So thank you, BetterHelp, for that. Sometimes we get stuck on problems. We get stuck thinking about a problem. We get stuck trying to look at a problem from all the different angles when the answer is sitting right in our face. We just need somebody to point it out. It's like, folks, it's like when you can't find your keys or your shoes or your glasses and your significant other is there to point and tell you, hey, it's in your hand, or hey, it's on your head. Sometimes the answers are right there, and we just need somebody to kind of nudge us a little bit and point us in the right direction. BetterHelp is a great place to get connected to a therapist who can do just that for you. Therapy has a ton of benefits, whether it's just the ability to ask questions and talk something out, or getting advice on ways that you can work through problems, whether it's through discussion or meditation or any other number of things. Sometimes it's just a chance to have somebody hold you accountable to what you said you would do. A therapist can help with all of that. And BetterHelp is the right way to go to do it. It's cheaper than going to a in-person therapist every week. You can get hooked up with a therapist who you can chat with, you can meet with by video, you can meet with by phone, lots of different options. And you can get 10% off your first month now. That's right. If you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. And you can visit betterhelp.com/TWA to get 10% off of your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TWA. If you need somebody to talk to, if you have something that you want to work out, give this a try. BetterHelp.com/TWA. All right, let's get on with the second half of today's game.
So let's jump into round 4, question 1. Your category is music.
Music.
Again, apologize for any mispronunciations here. For most of their recording career, Joe Strummer, Mick Jones, Paul Simonon, and Topper Headon were the 4 members of what band formed in 1976?
Oh, no.
I just wrote not, and I meant to not write not.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you seem so confident, and then you're like, it's probably not that.
I don't know how the word not got in there.
Okay.
I meant to say probs is that.
Okay. Then, yeah, I think if you're confident, I say we go with it, because I got nothing.
Okay. Are you guys locked in?
I think we're locked in. Yeah.
All right.
So the
Paul
only
Simonon,
topper I
man.
know.
Paul Simonon sounds like, what the hell? Is this a parody band? What is this? All right. What were you saying, Alex?
The only topper I know is Charlie Sheen in Hot Shots. So
Yeah, I hooked onto Joe Strummer too here. And the 2 bands that come to my mind are The Clash and Traffic. I really just don't know the answer. I know that I've heard what band Joe Strummer is a part of before.
I know of The Clash. I've never heard of Traffic, but then again, my pop music is not the best.
I'm not like, I can't name a song by Traffic, but I know they existed in the late 70s, and I consider them like a jam band, kind of like a Yes kind of thing, or a Fish kind of thing. I could be wrong about that. Mick Jones' name is also familiar. Mick Jones sounds like a former member of The Who or something like that. That name comes to mind.
Yeah, but it's not The Who, because we're missing.
Definitely not. The fact that it is a Mick, though, that does sound British, but I think Traffic and The Clash are both British. I would guess Traffic.
Okay, I am fine to go with that.
All right, we're going to guess Traffic.
Thank God.
God.
We locked on the Clash.
Yeah. I had no idea. Liz came through here for our team. The only question she asked me was 76 is too late for the Clash, isn't it? And I went, pretty sure Rockin' the Casbah was 80 or 81.
Yeah.
And then I went, probs not the Clash.
Yeah, then she goes, it's probably not the Clash then. And I went, okay, but then where are we going with this?
And I genuinely don't know how the not got it.
It's funny that you mentioned Traffic, Jonathan, because my dad he likes Traffic. So if you want to know the name of a Traffic song, there is one, The Low Spark of High Heeled Boys. That's one of my dad's jams.
Wow.
But the correct answer is indeed The Clash. Nice job.
I just had the weirder sense of deja vu.
Wow.
Really?
I swear to God, I've had this exact moment before. Like Zahkia telling a story about her father's musical influence while I'm sitting down looking at, whatever.
Yes, but that was Keith Sweat. Yes, we've had Zahkia talk about her father's musical influence, and it was Keith Sweat.
Whatever it was, it just hit me, and I'm like, I've lived this moment before.
It definitely was not the low sense of high-heeled boys, whatever that was. Yeah, no.
My dad's musical influence does creep into my brain when I'm making questions. So,
sure.
Yes. But the Clash is not something my dad is really into. That came from my husband. So round 4, question 2. It's kind of like a dovetail, if you will.
That's literally what I was thinking.
So round 4, question 2 is The Clash, but it's a movie question.
I hope I know what it is.
Ooh,
bonus points for answering blind.
Okay, I'm gonna tell.
I got a good blind answer too, to be honest with you.
So okay, I want you guys to write down your blind answers before I even.
I'm gonna text you
my.
I'm gonna message you
Mine's
my blind answer.
a little far-fetched, but I would just be very happy if what
Sure.
I was correct based on that clue.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I've got my blind answer coming to you in a message, Zahkia.
All right. Liz, do you want to blind message me your answer?
Yeah.
So did anybody get it right with their blind answer, Zahkia?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
boo.
What was your blind answer, Nick?
Obviously, Jonathan, Zakia's question is wrong.
What was your blind answer?
Well, don't tell us the answers until we hear the question.
But we know they're not right.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that eliminates possibilities.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, Jonathan, I'm fine with it, but the players won't
Yeah,
actually do
Try,
jeez.
Jonathan.
I will say that you guys had two different blind answers.
Okay,
which
all
makes
right.
it interesting.
Positive.
Yeah, it was far-fetched. Fine. It was unlikely.
All right. So, your question, round 4, question 2, the category, The Clash, but it's a movie question. The Clash is typically characterized as a rock band, but this track on their Sandinista album was inspired by early hip-hop and shares its name with a 1960 movie starring Yul Brynner, Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, Robert Vaughn, Brad Dexter, James Coburn, and Horst Buchholz.
Could you
Well,
read
we
that
can
list of
lock
names?
in.
Again? Oh, never mind.
I've got it,
Mhm.
Jonathan.
You got it?
Could you read the whole thing?
Is
again?
this?
I will-
Nick, unless you've got it.
Oh yeah.
I think I've got it. Do you got it?
All right, that's what I was going to
no,
say
I wanted
too,
to
Alex.
hear the question again, but if you've got it, then message me. We don't have to
Well,
hear it
no, do read it one more time for
Yes,
reasons.
I'm going to read it.
Yeah.
Yes, I will. I'll read it one more time for posterity, though. Alex and Jonathan have the meow meows, and I think you guys might have this too.
We're
All
locked
right.
in.
Right. So wait,
The Clash-
you're
Oh.
locked in, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Go ahead and read the question.
Okay. The Clash is typically characterized as a rock band, but this track on their Sandinista album was inspired by early hip hop and shares its name with a 1960 movie starring Yul Brynner, Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, Robert Vaughn, Brad Dexter, James Coburn, and Horst Buchholz.
I see what you're doing there, Nick.
That would be 7 named actors, and
Okay.
they are all magnificent actors. So, wild guess. I think we should go with the Magnificent 7.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so we're locked in.
All right, Alex and Jonathan, what did you come up with?
So yeah, they did a remake a few years ago. It's The Magnificent Seven, the better of the two movies. Yul Brynner played a cowboy.
So this happens to be my favorite Clash song. I love it so much. I played it on repeat nonstop in the year 2011 for some reason. Your correct answer, the reason why I listed off 7 actors, The Magnificent 7. Nice job.
Good job. Good question.
What was your blind answer, Liz?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Our blind answer
Just
was
because the fake band is called The Clash at Demon Head.
Right.
And I love that their album that comes out in the movie is at Demon Head. So it's The Clash at Demon Head at Demon Head.
Yeah.
And I knew that wasn't going to be it, but it was just the first thing I thought.
My blind answer was Harry Hamlin. Clash of the
Okay.
Titans. He was the
Yeah.
original Theseus or Perseus. It's Theseus, right?
Ah, that's right.
Yeah. It's either Theseus or
Yeah.
Perseus. I can never remember, but yeah, Harry
Does he kill
Hamlin.
Medusa?
Yes.
And he's
Yeah, it's Perseus.
Perseus.
Okay, Perseus. Yeah.
With Bubo, the mechanical owl.
Exactly. This was the original. That's all. That's been a popular
Yes.
trivia question for years.
Your round 4, question 3, your category, The Clash, but it's another music question.
Oh my God.
Your question. The Clash's song Straight to Hell was sampled by what English Sri Lankan rapper on her 2008 song Paper Planes?
I have meow meows.
Okay. Go for it. You don't even need to clear it with me.
I did though.
Oh.
All right.
Is that an
hold on.
answer?
Yep.
Okay.
For Liz. So, Alex, I think Paper Planes is the one that has like the gunshots in it, and I think the artist is MIA.
That works for me because, I have my bag of nothing here.
Bag of nothing, yeah. I got mine in the other room. All right, we'll lock in with MIA.
All right. Your correct answer.
Wait, we have
Wait,
not
now.
heard Liz and
Oh.
Nick answer yet.
Yep. My sorry.
Yeah. I think Nick maybe thought I was saying I was like leaving my computer or something.
Ah!
I look down and I'm like, okay, those are letters, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's trying to convey to me. Like that person doesn't jump out in my head.
MIA is yeah.
Yes. All right. Your correct answer is indeed MIA.
There we go.
Liz was not AFK. She was MIA.
I guess that should be a Pavlov. I just didn't know it was a Pavlov, but English Sri Lankan rapper, probably going to be MIA.
Yeah.
I was mad at myself because I could almost get it just off of sample of Straight to Hell. And I was like, I can hear Straight to Hell. What is that song? And like, I remember being at pub trivia when Straight to Hell came on, and we were like, oh, this is what that song is sampling.
Right.
What song is it? And then
and
then you described it in my head. It's like,
I couldn't get Darius Rucker out of my head.
And I couldn't get Driving and Crying out of my head, which is the song that Darius Rucker covered.
Right.
I was like, I thought this was going to be a Driving and Crying answer.
Yep.
I was not burdened with knowledge of any of what you just said.
It's a good song. I like that song. Both versions.
So after our clash round 4,
it was a clash of the Titans.
Truly.
A clash of the Titans.
Is that a fat joke?
Alex and Jonathan, you have 105. Nick and Liz, you have 135.
All right. It ain't over. It's not
Ain't
over.
We missed one midpoint so far, right?
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. That's it.
Liz is on fire today.
It's going to really hurt.
On fuego.
When we lose.
Yeah.
All right.
I freeze up when it comes to wagering, so just get.
I have a solution for that. We'll figure it out later. I have a solution for that.
Nick's solution is just to get the questions right.
All right. Round 5, question 1. Your category, podcasts that are not Trivial Warfare.
That's a null field, isn't
Things
it?
that are blank, obviously.
All right.
Your question. The murder of Heyman Lee and the subsequent trials of Adnan Syed are the subject of what Peabody award-winning limited series podcast that debuted in 2014 and may be responsible for the uptick in interest in true crime.
Meow. Meow.
Yep.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Okay.
Go ahead, Liz.
Serial.
Yeah, that's the I wouldn't have been able to pull that because I am as far from a true crime podcast listener as you could find.
Me too.
I should know that because reasons, but would not have pulled it. So this is another one for Liz. And you had meow meows. You're making your hammer motion on the screen.
I don't know what it says about me or about society that I would not have got it off of the name of the victim. It was Adnan. Gave me the meow meows.
Right. All right. So we're locked in with Serial as well. Or not as well. We don't know what Jonathan and Alex said, but
yeah,
I assume that with meow meows.
Yeah, I think it was about the same level of conversation of it's just cereal.
Yeah. This was when I was breaking into podcasting, like the first podcasting conference I went to, maybe the second. Serial was just finishing up its run, and it was just the biggest thing going. And every couple of years, somebody says, this is the rebirth of podcasting, or this is the blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, podcasting has not left. It was just, that was a big show. Awesome. But what's her name? Sarah Koenig, I think.
That's
Koenig. Yeah,
right.
she was a main speaker. I remember everybody I was with, like, I want to get a picture with her. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care about this person. I'm not a true crime person.
All right, so that's just a blatant ripoff of Only Murder, or Only Murders is just blatantly ripping that off with the Tina Fey character. Like, because even the name of the character is roughly the same.
Cinda Canning.
Cinda Canning, yeah.
Yeah, your correct answer is indeed Serial. And yeah, Nick, you should know about this. This happened in like Baltimore, like your backyard. So
you want to talk about a murder in Baltimore? Woo, let's make a podcast.
Limitless podcasts.
Yeah, there's a new episode every 12 minutes.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm from Detroit. I feel it. So
yeah.
Round 5, question 2. Your category. Admiral Akbar warned you. All right. What subgenre of hip-hop music, characterized by double or triple-timed hi-hats, kick drums, and snares, gets its name for a slang term for a house that sells drugs, especially in Atlanta, where this genre traces its cultural origins?
Honest to God, we were locked in after the category.
Yeah. So many.
You didn't even have to ask a question, and we were there after the category. We're locked in.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you the chat that Liz and I have had over the last 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. It's just Liz writing the answers to the questions into the chat like immediately. Right? Like I'm having no input into the second half of this game. This game would be going exactly the same way if I had never come back from the break.
Wow.
Well, you're being a very humble, Nick, considering how things went in the first half, especially. I'm a fast typer.
Yeah, Liz's answer, which I will deliver because
What?
I don't think I've delivered an answer in the second half of this game.
You typed this one in first. And
Right.
I said no.
No, I typed in the Admiral Akbar answer.
It's the same thing.
So we went with Trap House or Trap.
All right. And Alex and Jonathan, what did you say?
So, in my office, I have a stuffed Admiral Akbar that when you squeeze him, he says, "It's a trap."
It's a trap. I love the various memes of this. My favorite is like a teenage dude with an Admiral Akbar stuffed head on his head at a burrito stand, and the name of the stand is "It's a Wrap."
Right.
So I really, the first time I saw that, I thought it was hysterical.
I mean, we just did that meme live on air with Jesus instead of Admiral Akbar, didn't we? It's just exactly the same meme.
We did. All right. So Alex and Jonathan say trap. Nick and Liz said trap. Your correct answer, it's a trap. Nice job. Round 5, question 3. Your category, patriotic hits. Gloria Estefan, Celia Cruz, Wyclef Jean, Joan Baez, and many, many others have recorded versions of this song, whose lyrics are based on the poetry of Jose Marti. Coming up on about a minute left, friends.
You hear just the evil in her voice when she says that?
You're coming up in about a minute left.
It's the way that Friends is used with such condescension in her voice. Animosity.
Okay, gotta call time. I need answers.
There's no way that was a minute. You know what? We've only named one song, and we know it's not even the song. But you know what, Alex? I'm fine with it. Let's just do that.
What the hell?
What the hell? Which is an Avril Lavigne song, not this one.
Oh, what the hell is your answer? Okay.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
But you haven't locked in, so we're not saying anything else.
Oh, okay. We
I guess
we're locked in. We're locked in. We're locked in.
Do you want a 3, 2, 1 our wrong answers?
Oh,
no. Well, we can absolutely 3, 2, 1 our wrong answers. I just want to say that this was by far the most patriotic song we could think of.
Okay.
So go ahead.
So yeah, we did not even name. I went brain dead on this. The only thing that we had is that Alex believes that Marti is Cuban, and
I believe he's a Cuban nationalist.
Did not believe that he immigrated. So patriotic does not necessarily mean American. So hey, what's a possible name for a patriotic Cuban song? We went with Cuba Libre.
It's a delicious song. All right, so the answer that we gave, we tried to, we started thinking about songs that were done by those artists and trying to come up with some overlap. And then we keyed in on the phrase patriotic. So we picked by far, the obvious answer here as far as patriotic songs from these artists, which is The Rhythm Is Gonna Get You.
You didn't go with Bad Boys?
We thought about No Woman, No Cry as a Wyclef Jean cover, but...
Miami Sound Machine days. Man, I loved Miami Sound Machine.
Oh, my goodness. One of my favorite misheard lyrics is for The Rhythm Is Gonna Get You, and it's Elizabeth's gonna get you. Elizabeth's gonna get you.
Yes, she will.
Terrifying.
Watch out for her.
Liz, you might like that. But
that's bedroom talk for Liz later. I dare you to bring up that song. I dare you. That'd be so good.
Goodness goodness. Ouch. All right. Get it together. So, Alex, you did get the right thing that Gloria Estefan and Celia Cruz are both Cuban. Jose Marti is Cuban. And the song that we're looking for, things you would associate with Cuba Libres, but also maybe Guantanamo Bay. The correct answer is Guantanamera.
Oh.
Guantanamera. Guarida Guantanamera.
Yeah, we weren't going to get there, but now I didn't know those things had relation to each other. But now that does make sense. There you go.
Yep, Guantanamera just means a woman from Guantanamo Bay. Yeah.
If you say so.
I do say so.
That's fair.
I say so. That is the end of round 5, friends. So, Alex and Jonathan, you have 125. Liz and Nick, you have 155. We're getting into round 6. Your round 6, question 1, your category, a 9-pointed star. What personality model defines 9 personality types represented as 9 points on a geometric figure, which indicate connections between the personality types?
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
Oh.
You go personality types. That's my jam. I love personality stuff. So we're locked in.
I'm desperately trying to think of all of the personality stuff that Jonathan has been posting about the last 3 days in one of the chats that we're in.
I haven't been posting. What are you talking about? I don't think I've posted anything.
Absolutely.
You're thinking about that was all Strength Finders. Knock yourself out if you want to say Strength Finders.
No. I know it's not Strength Finders, but that is something that I know. She asked about a personality test, and I'm like, oh shit, Jonathan knows like every answer to his personality for every one of these tests.
I really do.
He's gonna insta-get this. I know he's gonna insta-get it, and I have to think on what it is that he said. So I was racking my brain, and then Liz just wrote me the answer. So go ahead, Liz.
Is it the first? Because it's the first one I wrote, right? Because I wrote 2 versions of the same word.
That's you know what? If you can pronounce those words differently, I'd like to hear it.
It's an engram or an enneagram.
Right.
Because like it's like not Myers-Briggs, because that's definitely not the configuration she described. Like that's just a grid. Like,
right. Yeah. No. It's
like,
definitely
like DMD alignment. I think.
Go with the second. Go with the second pronunciation,
engram.
Liz.
Enneagram is a very soothing musical.
Where does that tactic put you on an engram, Jonathan?
No. I'm being serious. Go with your second pronunciation.
Enneagram, because I think that means 9. The ennea.
Okay.
So we're locking in with enneagram.
Yeah, there you go. That's the way to do it.
It is.
That's the T. That's the T with the little line in the middle at the bottom.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is the Enneagram.
My New York accent. Enneagram.
Is
probably be on a different point than Jonathan.
ENNEAGRAM. So Enneagram. Yeah, on the Enneagram, that's one that's really interesting because I had a really, really hard time figuring out what the hell I was. Because a lot of our listeners are going to be 5s on an Enneagram. The Enneagram, a 5 on Enneagram is going to be like a hard logic person, a person who's kind of doesn't deal with emotion as much, and they pull back in the emotional side and expand on the logical, intelligent side. Turns out I'm a 3, which is more of like a get done kind of person and become whoever you need to be in order to get done kind of person. It turned out that even though I didn't fit the lack of emotion in the 3, there are types that do express emotions pretty well. And so, yeah, that was the overriding theme. I literally didn't just do like an online test. I had a full-on meeting with a person and like went through this whole thing because it was such a pain in the ass. Like, how do you learn from anything if you can't figure out what your starting point is? So anyway, Enneagram.
Yes, and Liz, I appreciate the clever delivery. I was going to give it to you regardless because you did. You clued in on Ennea means 9, a 9-gram. Your correct answer is an Enneagram. And Jonathan, I took an online test and I am a 6. I'm
Okay.
not a 5. A 6 is, they call it like a loyalist. According to the Enneagram, I am an anxiety-ridden rules
I was about to
person.
say, aren't you like the prepper, the person who's got to be prepared for every eventuality?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is me. But also, I'm a wing 7, which is what people likely see in my personality. Very
The
enthusiastic,
enthusiast, yeah.
very optimistic. Like, yeah, that's me. Oh, yes. So, Enneagram is your correct answer.
Just say I'm going to take this test later and figure out where I am.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Post
We're
it
all
to the
counting on you.
Facebook group. Round 6, question 2. Your category is U.S. presidents. He is the first U.S. president to be born in a hospital and the only U.S. president that was born in his respective state.
Wait. Oh, so okay. So this state has only produced one president, and he's the one. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, I was confused. Are you for real?
I believe that is true.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you because I don't have anything other than guesses, and you sound like you know more than I do about it, but I'm shocked by that answer, so we'll lock in.
I was 90% on this, but based on Jonathan's reaction, I've gone up to like 95 to
Yeah,
96. Like I'm more confident now.
This is
The
another
reason,
divorce question for me, by the way, because my husband wrote a play about each American president.
uh-huh.
This fact was not in any of them, but
Were they all one line long?
no.
Oh, that would have been. That's
Some
a
of them
really
were no
cool
lines
concept.
He rewrote the death of every American president so that he dies in office.
Oh wow,
That's actually
interesting.
very interesting. I would
Yeah.
read that.
That's
Up through
interesting.
Bush too. This was a few years ago.
I would read that. The reason why I'm more confident now than before is that I'm pretty sure that it was Carter that was the first president born in a hospital. And because when you think of Carter, you think of like late 70s, and you're like, really? The first president was born in a hospital in the late 70s, without realizing that he was actually born in like 1900. Right.
He wasn't that
Well,
old.
No, he's not quite that old. But,
20 years.
right. Yeah. But that's
I'm just, my surprise is that, like, you'd think all those southern states would have by now, like, he's from Georgia, right?
yeah, he's Georgia.
I'm like, wow, really? There's only been one president from Georgia? I can't think of another. I know Virginia had a ton.
Right. Ohio is up on the list.
Yeah.
Right.
But I guess,
But Georgia's just the one.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
So yeah,
Lock it in.
say Carter.
He's also the only nuclear engineer president. It's Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter was a
Yeah.
nuclear engineer.
U.S. submarines.
No kidding. And I wonder how he applied that to the peanut farming aspect of his.
Have you seen the
Pretty sure that was a different
tobacco episode
Carter.
of Simpsons?
No, doesn't Jimmy Carter have a peanut farm situation?
Yep.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, Nick.
I
don't
think,
make me
Nick,
feel
you're
bad.
thinking of George Washington Carver.
Yeah,
Different guy, different state.
Different president.
different president. Right. Yeah. That's a play. That's a play. What if George Washington Carver had become president?
Oh, yeah. These are some good story ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, your correct answer is indeed Jimmy Carter. Nice
Hey.
job. Round 6, question 3. Your category is Netflix and chill.
Nice.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Not that high.
Bow, bow.
Not that kind of chill.
Oh.
What it mean?
Premiering in February 2012, what show, named for how English-speaking people pronounce a certain Olympics host city's name, was Netflix's first foray into original content?
I wonder if it's going to be Winter Olympics, Alex. It seems like some of those are going to be like Sochi, right? It's going to be more less.
It's got to be something that's probably different than how the locals would say it.
Right. And so I wonder how Seoul is pronounced.
But I think it's still
Jonathan, it's pronounced Seoul.
Yeah, for us, but maybe not for them.
Well, like I say, Munich is München and Turin is Torino. But your answer of Lillehammer, I think it was a Lillehammer show.
Really?
I think. Somewhere
I'm
in the
not
back
aware
of
of
my
it. I was just throwing out Olympic cities, honestly. I don't remember a Lillehammer show. I don't remember anything from Netflix in 2012 because I didn't have it.
It could be completely wrong, but something in the back of my brain said there was a Lilyhammer show.
Well, you know what? Then why don't we give it a try? We don't have a good answer.
What the heck?
We'll guess Lilyhammer.
Okay. Nick and Liz, what do you say?
Starring Army Hammer.
All right,
Sponsored by Arm & Hammer.
Arm & Hammer. So, yeah.
You should listen to Jonathan more, Alex, when he tells you not to give the right answer.
Right. Yeah, I had gotten to the point where I went, I have no idea where to go with this. I don't remember any of the Netflix tie-ins. I don't remember the show. I don't have a way into this question. I'm just going to start naming Olympic cities.
That's what I did too.
And see which one I think is hard to pronounce. And then Liz immediately typed in Lilyhammer. And I went, oh, well, then we'll just go with that.
And the reason I asked you to repeat that part, because I didn't like my answer at first, because I had in my head English people, like British people.
Right.
I didn't know anything about the show. I just remember seeing the title card, and I feel like one of the actors from The Sopranos was the star. Like, it just didn't, like the clues were not connecting for me. I just remember noticing it because Lilyhammer was like one of the first Olympics I watched.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, I noticed. Anyway, we put Lilyhammer.
It was 80, 88, 90, 80, no.
94.
94, I think.
Okay.
It was the first one split off in the
Went there on
years.
Murphy Brown.
Right,
I was gonna say, it was the first one that was 2 years removed from the previous one. Yeah.
I will say that this is not me. This is not Zahkia Mendoza coming out.
But you all suck.
No. The name of the show is Lilyhammer. Like Lilyhammer. The city is Lillehammer. But I think
We're English-speaking people.
Right.
You're English-speaking people.
Right.
So yes, your correct answer is Lilyhammer, or based off of Lillehammer.
So is like the character?
Oh, were you asking for
character?
the name of the city, not the name of the show?
No, she was asking for the name of the show, I think.
Yeah, I was asking for the name of the show. The name of the show is Lilyhammer.
Is Lily a character?
No.
It's Army's sister.
No, it's how like English speaking people like Lilyhammer when they say that E in the middle of Lillehammer. But
right. Liz says I don't know how it's spelled, and I spelled it Lily hammer, and I was trying to spell the city. That's not my attempt on the show.
But yeah, since I am not Zahkia Mendoza, you guys get points.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I was about to say, did Nick and Liz get anything wrong in the main part of the game?
Yes. They got
Gloria Stefan question.
Thank God.
Yep.
Yes, they missed Gloria Estefan. So at the end of round 6, your scores are 155 for Alex and Jonathan and 185 for Liz and Nick. So to construct your wagers for the gauntlet, I will give you your category. Your category for the gauntlet is, if you've been paying attention, this will have a happy ending.
Is it The Clash? No, I'm kidding. It's Jonathan. Is this the same score as the last episode that I hosted with Carmela, where Carmela and her partner missed, or you and your partner missed one question and one piece of the midpoint?
If you expect me to remember that kind of stuff, you are sadly mistaken. I load and purge for every recording.
Sure, fair. But I think this is the exact scenario that happened the last game I hosted.
More deja vu, Nick?
Yeah, and the leading team lost. So that's just, as a preview for what's going to happen. All right, we've got a bet.
So our wager's locked in?
Ready for your gauntlet?
Yes.
I guess with that betting strategy, it better be a gauntlet.
Uh-oh. Somebody got caught up trying to be smarter than Jonathan. We'll see. I don't know.
So question 1.
That's not hard.
Being everybody else.
So question 1 of your gauntlet in your category. If you've been paying attention, this will have a happy ending. Eric Satie, a French composer, wrote relaxing music, but was not really relaxed about his eating habits. He would only eat foods that were what color?
Liz, whatever it is today, it's you and I are.
We both immediately thought.
Yeah, we've never been more on the same page. I've never been more on the same page with any Trivial Warfare partner ever. Even when we both decide to give up and pick an answer.
Yeah.
We both do it. We're doing it at the same time with the same answer.
Yeah.
All right, we're locked in.
Let's go with it. We'll lock in.
Question 2 of your gauntlet. What is the name of the Nicaraguan National Liberation Front, formed in the 1960s and named after the leader of the Nicaraguan resistance to the United States occupation?
Does that help with the theme, though?
Yeah, this one I get, Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. We can lock that in.
Oh, shoot. Oh. Okay. I'm going to shut my mouth for the first time.
You better let the flies out first.
Nick, you glorious.
Okay, yeah, we're I'm sorry, we're locked in. We've got it. Yeah.
Oh,
no.
okay,
Yeah,
locked in.
yeah, no, we got it.
Question 3 of your gauntlet. What is the name of the non-melting, non-aged Indian cheese often served with curries, peas, or spinach?
Yeah,
One-
I'm good
one
with
I
your
said.
answer.
Okay, we'll lock in.
Yeah, no, I mean, that has to be the answer. I'm not sure. It has to be that.
It has to be that. I
It
just
has
like
to, but
what
that's
you thought
obvious
the theme
not
was,
what we thought the
because
theme was.
I like what you thought the theme was because then that made me feel really good about our first answer.
Right.
And I don't know.
You know, we're
the
locked in.
spinach. Yeah. Okay.
Let's not overthink it. We know what we know, and let's go.
Pew, not overthought.
All right, you guys are locked in? Yeah?
Yeah.
So let's answer collection time. Let's go back to question 1. Eric Satie, French composer, wrote relaxing music, but was not relaxed about his eating habits. He would only eat foods that were what color? Jonathan and Alex, what did you say?
We didn't know the theme at this point. We feel like we know the theme now. And so we're trying to back our way into what the right answer is, but we didn't know at the time. So we guessed red.
Okay. And Nick and Liz, what did you say?
So we both remember hearing this. Both of us had the same version of recollection.
Yeah, just immediate reaction.
Right. And both of us immediately associated eggs as one of the food that he would eat. So we were then debating, is it white or is it yellow? And we both, after discussing it for, I think that was the one we thought about for the longest. After probably about 4 minutes, we both went, screw it, let's just go with white. And we literally typed it at exactly the same time. So we went with white.
Okay. Question 2. What is the name of the Nicaraguan National Liberation Front, formed in the 1960s and named after the leader of the Nicaraguan resistance to the United States occupation? Nick and Liz, what did you guys say? You had a big reaction here.
Yeah, possibly in error.
An incorrect reaction, yeah.
But not about the answer to the question. It was about the theme.
Right.
We went with the word you took care, Zahkia, to say at least twice, which was Sandinistas.
Right. So,
Okay.
and that's where we then thought that we had figured out that the theme was Clash albums. But now, in retrospect, think that may not be correct.
And this is where we figured out that we think the theme is words that Zahkia brought up in her flavor text.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that was secondary. Yeah, we had that, but we thought Clash albums. That was where it was like, oh, that would make so much sense. That would be such a brilliant little theme there. And yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, you said it as the album title, and definitely the antagonist to the U.S. in Nicaragua are the Sandinistas.
And question 3. What is the name of the non-melting, non-aged Indian cheese often served with curries, peas, or spinach?
Well, your McDonald's option before was a spicy paneer, so we went with paneer.
Also, Nick flat out calling it a cheese really helped me lean in on that.
Yeah, this took us a minute just because we were sad to let go of our Clash album idea. We were like, is there a second cheese we're not thinking of that is also
The
That is also a
Casbah.
Clash album.
You need to eat the Casbah. Eat the Casbah.
a London
Sharif, he
call?
don't like it.
Right. Yeah. A London Calling was the name of a cheese.
Yeah, but
So let's start from the bottom up. The name of the non-melting, non-aged Indian cheese, often served with curries, peas, or spinach. Sometimes, like I mentioned earlier, it's spicy and in a McDonald's sandwich. Your correct answer is paneer. The Nicaraguan National Liberation Front formed in the 1960s and named after the resistance to the United States occupation. That is indeed Sandinista. And question 1, Eric Satie, the French composer, wrote relaxing music, but was not relaxed about his eating habits. Eric Satie would only eat foods that were white.
Yes.
Where did the white come into the game?
So I said that in the midpoint, that Gwyneth Paltrow, a goop, said that you should police your thoughts and eliminate white foods.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Snuck it into the one that we all like listened to the least because we were all like,
Exactly.
oh, okay, Goop's Gwyneth Paltrow. What were the other
Right.
ones?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And I legitimately, it's so funny how the human brain works, where the references, right? Like with the Steve Carell General Store, like I had that associated with Jon Stewart because I probably heard Jon Stewart said it. The food question, I could not have told you where she said that, but I did remember that the Gwyneth Paltrow candle was white, and like that, I associated white with that segment of the show for some reason. I couldn't tell you why.
White
that's
also
why.
came up with the Auburn discussion at the beginning.
Yeah.
That had nothing. It was not the
Yeah.
clue that was implanted, but white was also that. Literally, as after we figured out the theme, Alex was like, "Oh, it might be white," because oh wait, no, that was the Auburn discussion. Oh,
Right.
too late anyway.
Yep.
And I was just kind of like, if it's not white, it's brown because there are just not that many foods that are other colors.
Right.
It's a very limited diet.
But honestly, if
Going
you
off
have
French
a
flag
beige,
question,
Red is
colors.
right, a beige diet is
Yeah.
generally considered to be wildly unhealthy.
I was about to say not healthy.
Yeah.
White's not that much better, though. I suppose you do get some veggies in there. Green would be a healthy diet.
Green.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You could live on.
I can't
green.
say that.
Hey, look, there are all colors of gummy bears.
It's hard to catch them. They're bouncing here and there,
Yeah.
and everywhere. Really.
Everywhere.
All right. So that is a gauntlet win for Nick and Liz. But let's get the wagers.
Yeah, well,
No,
our wager. I am interested to see what the strategy they had, but we did bet it all. So 155 minus 155 is 0. We finished with 0.
Hold on. We all know Jonathan's bad at math. Somebody check that.
Well, you know what they say: champions get 0
Right.
questions wrong.
That's
the
right.
gauntlet.
I told you Nick's strategy was just get them all right.
Well, no, that's me and Cheyenne from the Generals episode. It's always a good strategy to imply. Liz had said earlier in the show that she always has actual anxiety around gauntlet betting, right? She feels anxious when it comes time to gauntlet betting. I said, don't worry, I have a system for gauntlet betting that is infallible,
It's really good.
and it will remove all anxiety. So we got to the betting section, and Liz goes, "Okay, what's this system?" And I'm like, "We either bet it all or we bet nothing." And she goes, "Okay, well in that case, let's bet it all." And I went, "Great." And she goes, "Oh, that was really easy." Like no anxiety at all.
Great system.
So
yeah.
if y'all had missed a question, it would have been a tie.
Tie at
Oh
zero.
my God, we could have rock, paper, scissors. Oh,
Yeah.
Would have been a 0-0 rock paper scissors.
that would have been
to win the-
incredible.
We didn't even subtract 1. We just
Oh.
Yeah, no, just bet it all. Don't try to game it. Just go with it and be happy that you didn't have to feel any anxiety. So
Yeah.
we had 185 points.
Yes,
Mhm.
We bet it all. So that brings our final
370.
170 points, which that's a damn good score.
That's up there for sure. Anytime you're getting close to
Yeah.
400, you had
reflecting
a
some truly
great
excellent
game.
teamwork.
Absolutely.
Let's say Nick Grove's dream partner.
Yeah, Liz.
Theater nerds unite, right? That's for real.
If there's ever an episode of Trivial Warfare where it's like you need to pick your partner for the show out of anybody in the army, Liz, you're on speed dial.
Wow. There wasn't a super big amount of variation in the questions for this one. There was a ton of music.
Yeah, no, it really did hit our wheelhouse pretty solidly. So excellent game, Zahkia. Good work.
Yeah.
I'm glad the bribes are paying off.
Yeah.
Yes. Speaking of that, one of my to-dos today is to pay people stuff. So
Well, you can actually thank the bonfire last night. They helped me quite a bit with coming up with the questions in inspo.
Very cool.
Yes.
Thank you, Bonfire. And that is going to wrap us up. So congratulations to Nick and Liz, who are our champions today, and well-deserving champions they are. Great job. And we like to give everybody a chance to do shout-outs to promote causes that they care about. Liz, you are our champion today, so we will start with you.
I would say now, if you're looking to, if you've got some extra money that you're looking to put towards a good cause, and you're just not sure what, local bail funds and local abortion funds are kind of no-brainers. So take your pick.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Liz. And then Alex.
So my usual is, support the podcast you like so they keep going, and go out and support the businesses that have trivia going.
Yeah, shut up, Nick. Nick's like, yeah, buddy. Seriously, I got bills to pay over here.
Right. Support podcasts and trivia companies. Alex, my new best friend.
No, Liz is your new best friend. You can't just go around making new best friends every day.
Yeah, you don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, but he used my advice to pay the bribes to the host so that he can get the categories.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you guys. This was a fabulous game. I actually wish this was on the main feed because this is just so tremendously good. So I'm gonna have to tell people, hey, this one's worth signing up for right here. This is a blast. So for Liz and Alex and Zahkia and Nick, I am Jonathan, and this has been episode number 393 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it is war. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.